Please be seated for the Chancellor of the University of Lincoln.
Good morning, everyone. It's my great pleasure and privilege as Chancellor of the University of Lincoln to welcome you to this graduation ceremony. Welcome first to all our guests here to celebrate the achievements of your children, grandchildren, family and friends. Welcome to the friends of the university whose steady support over the years has helped build its success. Welcome to my colleagues, the staff of the university, through whose efforts the university is what it is today. And finally and particularly, welcome to our students, our graduands, for whom this ceremony marks the culmination of years of hard work and study, and we hope some fun too. This is a very special occasion for us all, as we come together to recognise and celebrate your work and achievements. I hope that you enjoy the ceremony and remember it always with immense pride and profound satisfaction.
The Reverend Anne Mazza, Head Duty Chaplain of Lincoln Cathedral, will offer congregation her welcome on behalf of the Dean and Chapter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the Dean and Chapter of Lincoln Cathedral and to offer you a very warm welcome to this graduation ceremony. You are all most welcome on this very important day. Lincoln Cathedral is a place of worship and pilgrimage, as well as being a building of historical importance. But it has also been the center of learning and education for over 900 years. And so on this morning, you are following in the footsteps of many other students down through the ages and continuing this tradition. Today we come to celebrate with those receiving degrees, but also we come to thank those people who have made this possible. The staff of the university, administrative and academic, and your families, supporters and friends. For those of you who are graduating, today marks the beginning of a new chapter. There will be exciting challenges and thrilling adventures waiting for you. I hope that you will fulfill all your ambitions and dreams, and may I wish you all every success in whatever the future may hold for you.
The Vice-chancellor of the University of Lincoln, Professor Mary Stewart, will address congregation.
My Lord and Chancellor, friends, honoured guests, family and graduates, may I add my welcome to the graduation ceremony, a time in the university calendar when we celebrate the successes of our graduates and recognise your achievements. This is a very special occasion for all of us, but it is, of course, particularly special for you. This is your time and we're thrilled to celebrate it with you. I'm very grateful to the Dean and Chapter for their support for the university and for enabling us to use the Cathedral for our graduations. This holy place, a seat of learning, as we've just been told, for nearly 1,000 years. Now, although graduation ceremonies are serious occasions, they don't need to be solemn. So if you feel a sudden rush of pride as you see your loved ones and friends walk across the stage, please feel free to clap, to cheer, or even, if you're so inclined, to whoop. This is your celebration, so let us enjoy ourselves. You will know all those others who've supported you, your families and friends who've helped you over the last few years and through those difficult times. So shall we begin this morning by giving them a round of applause to show your appreciation. Lincoln graduates are recognized nationally as having an excellent success rate, gaining good employment once they complete their studies with us. In the latest survey of graduates undertaken nationally, 96% of Lincoln graduates were in employment 6 months after completing their degrees. I know that some of you will also be going on to further study with us later this month, and those of you who are coming to join us as a postgraduate, I look forward to welcome you back at the welcome party. If you've not yet decided what you're going to do in your future, staff are on hand this morning to offer advice and help on career or postgraduate study options. After today, do remember that the Career Service and the university remains available to you to provide continuous support for your future career development, ranging from formal programs, consultancy, and right through to personal support for a business startup if you're so inclined. At Lincoln, we believe that a university education and experience is about acquiring the social and intellectual skills to cope with an ever-changing world. We need future members of a civilized society who can challenge conventional wisdom and work for a more sustainable environment and inclusive community. This is increasingly important in our very challenged world, which we all face at the moment. But the student experience at Lincoln has equipped you very well to play this role. Our graduates have learned through their studies epistemologically to think and appraise information, existentially to be yourself, and positionally and behaviorally to balance competition and collaboration with others, and to learn about how to conduct yourself in wider society. I'm always very impressed by the high sense of social conscience and community spirit of our students, whether it be through activities locally or internationally, or simply in supporting each other. The profile of the university has been raised nationally and internationally by a very successful year. The university has seen unprecedented rises in the university league tables, climbing to a top 30 position in The Guardian at number 22. In the recent National Student Survey, which benchmarks student views from across universities in the UK, the University of Lincoln gained a top 10 position at number 7 in the country. This is a significant achievement for both staff and indeed you, our graduates. Congratulations to you all. I'm very proud of you and my colleagues for this huge success. Thank you. Along with winning the Guardian's Most Inspiring Leader Award, the university has also been shortlisted for the prestigious Times Higher Award for Entrepreneurial University of the Year. This year, the university was also successful in partnership with the University of Nottingham in being awarded a medical school. So we'll be taking in medical students in September next year. Supporting the number of trainee doctors will benefit our health service and our region considerably. These successes demonstrate the continued rise and accomplishments of our university, accomplishments that you have contributed to and been part of creating. As a university, our research profile is growing significantly, and we seek really to make sure that our research has a positive impact on society. Recent research in the College of Social Science is supporting a former British para-athlete to enable her to become the first adaptive woman to row solo across the Atlantic using cutting-edge biomechanical technology. Kelderwood will attempt to row solo across the Atlantic's 3,000 miles in December. In preparation, she worked with biomechanical specialists from the School of Sport and Exercise Science to inform the design of a specially adapted footplate for her boat. Do look out in the press, because I'm sure we'll be able to follow Kelda in her attempt across the Atlantic in the middle of winter. Quite something, really. We've been immensely fortunate to attract and retain excellent staff across all disciplines and activities in the university. It's been their commitment, supported by members of a strong board of governors who have given freely of their time, which has created the excellent academic platform the university enjoys today. So you can be as proud of your university as we are. As well as the achievements of our staff and the university itself, we're very proud of the achievements of our students, every single one of you here today. As you leave the cathedral and process with us to the castle this morning, you are symbolically moving from one chapter of your life to another. You're now embarking on your next adventure, your next step. Be brave and take the opportunities as they come, and don't be frightened of the new. Life is an adventure. Grab it with both hands. You, our graduates here today, demonstrate what is very special about the University of Lincoln, a university dedicated to innovation and improvement, serving the needs of the 21st century. You're now fully fledged members of that community, your alma mater. Keep in touch with us and your fellow graduates, and may I wish you every success into the future. May you fulfill all those dreams and ambitions. Thank you. By the authority vested in me by the Academic Board, I am pleased to confer upon you all the awards that you are entitled.
Professor Duncan French, Head of School, will now present graduates from Lincoln Law School who are receiving their awards this morning.
Chancellor, I am pleased to present the graduates receiving research awards from Lincoln Law School. Degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Law. For her thesis, Using European Union Law to Hold Member States Accountable for Human Rights Violations Committed in Connection with the Extraordinary Rendition Programme, Sarah Cunningham. For her thesis, The Phenomenon of Internal Violence of a Political Nature and the International Legal Community's Response, Shona Patience. Chancellor, I am pleased to present the graduates receiving postgraduate awards from Lincoln Law School. Degree of Master of Laws in International Law. Robert Alexander. Chancellor, I am pleased to present the graduates receiving first awards from Lincoln Law School. Honours degree in Bachelor of Laws in Law. Dana Mohammed Hassan Kami Al-Balushi. Ryan Alexander. Tamara Bailey. Grant Barr. Hannah Louise Barrett. James Beattie Prince. Aisha Begum. Abhishek Singh Baloa. Sean Alex Blackman. Bethany Patricia Blake. Zach William Blenkeron. Hannah Brennan. Georgia Brooks. Andrew Bruce. Catherine Bullymore. Charlotte Cadman. Stacey Carr. Kenita Cherry Carrington. Shauna Lena Cassidy. Benjamin Luke Challenger. Bethan Cooper. John David Cotterill. Rebecca Ann Coupland. Kelly Cross. Amy Davis. Alana Deacon. Megan Dean. Yasmaz Delaluel. Charlotte Dowdy. Alexander John Dunstan. Ijeoma Diana Abogabalum. Eleanor Mary Fieldsend. Phoebe May Fortune. Hannah Emily Fowler. Ewan Gillespie. Carolina Edita Grabska. Ellie Green. Rebecca Louise Hall. Amber Jane Howarth. Kaylee Rachel Howarth. Alice Flett. Dominic Jennings. Courtney Jones. Rachel Jones. Adil Khan. Akil Khan. Oliver Lance. Lentz. Leanne Maria Levitt. Sosha Lewis. Heather Louise Littlehales. Chantal Mayer. Mohammed Afzal Malik. Lauren Marshall. Jack McCarthy. Esther Linda McGivelray. Eve McHale. Hannah Mole. Bezad Mandavi Tabrisi. Gabrielle Heather Morley. Jake Morley. Isabel Charlotte Newman. Jason Lee Odlin. Shakul Omar. Lucy Hannah Overton. William Phillips. Anjali Patikara Panus. Holly Rhodes. Helen Rodway. Derek Rowe. Chloe Rowlings. Molly May Schofield Lodge. Jordana Smedley. Constance Smith. Georgia Nicole Smith. Cameron Sudi. Lauren Springate. Emma Steed. Matthew Stott. Laura Natalie Sullivan. Molly Surtees. James Turner. Rares Vasily Velka. Lucy Vinson. Amy Sarah Ward. Matthew Watson. Courtney Rose Williams. Brendan Wilson McGarry. Mutandir Yunus. Sophie Louise Zervidaki. Honours degree of Bachelor of Law in Law and Criminology. Kira Elise Bethany Carr. Lydia Jade Dowsett. Chloe Jackson. Amy Leanne Kirchin. Melania Pomraj. Jack Brandon Taylor West. That concludes the presentation awards from Lincoln Law School.
Dr. Craig Marsh, Pro Vice-chancellor and Director of Lincoln International Business School, will now present graduates who are receiving awards this morning.
Chancellor, I'm pleased to present the graduands receiving research awards from the Department of People and Organisations. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Management, for her thesis, The Football Self, an exploration of gender, football experiences and family relationships, Hania Piaciletti. For her thesis, Governance and Marketisation in the UK Charity Sector, Theoretical Insights and Empirical Evidence from Significant Segments, Angela Toothill. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present the graduands receiving postgraduate awards from the Department of People and Organisations. For the degree of Master of Science in Human Resource Management, Nathaniel Mapipi. Thomas Mitchell. Rachel Williams. Shuyuan Ye. And for the degree of Master of Science in Management, Jinyu Li. Chitui Nguyen. Chiraporn Swisukat. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present the graduands receiving first awards from the Department of People and Organisations. For the Honours degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business and Management, Mohammed Hamad Al-Behai. Saad Hamid Matar Mohammed Al-Darai. Musab Mohammed Al-Bakri. Alanud Al-Ramaihi. Amna Al-Yafei. Benjamin Barker. Chloe Lee Barker. Eloise Marie Blanchflower. Amy Blower. Mark Thomas Bratchnell. Kimberly Breed. Daniel Carrot. Sophie Clark. Joshua Richard Clark. Christopher Day. Christophe Donzilo. Emily Durham. Robert Fivia. Nathan James Gallagher. Bethany Gammon. Madeline May Gaskins. Liam Goulden. Robert Gray. Robert Groves. Alexander Halford. Bradley Haran. Alicia Horton. Callum Luke Tomlinson Hopkins. Olivier Hovai. Manuela Cassia da Silva Inacio. Matthew Jeffries. Joshua Kenny. Chloe Kirk. Declan David Kitching. Chancellor, that concludes the first part of the presentation of the awards.
We call upon Professor Matthew Crago, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of the College of Arts, to introduce to congregation Mr. Gerald Scarfe, who is today receiving the award Doctor of Arts Honoris Causa.
My Lord Chancellor, honoured guests, graduates, I am pleased to present to you Gerald Scarfe, upon whom the governing body has agreed to confer the degree of Doctor of Arts Honoris Causa. Gerald Scarfe is a prolific illustrator who for over 50 years provided biting satires of contemporary politics for the Sunday Times. His work also reached a global audience when he worked with Pink Floyd on their 1979 album The Wall, and the film that followed it in 1982. There are doubtless many here today for whom the phrase, "Hey teacher, leave them kids alone," will conjure up the nightmarish cane-wielding headmaster drawn by Gerald Scarfe. Perhaps less well known is the work he does for a national charity of which the University of Lincoln is a key sponsor, the Big Draw. The Big Draw works to bring the pleasure and the craft of drawing to new audiences of all ages, from school children onwards. Gerald Scarfe has been a patron of the charity since its foundation in 2000 and a vocal supporter of the arts. We honour him today for his advocacy of the arts, as well as his many achievements within the arts. Gerald Scarfe was born in 1936 in St. John's Wood in London. He took to drawing in part to while away the long hours spent in bed during childhood illnesses. It became his passion, and in due course he went to St. Martin's School of Art and later to the London College of Printing. After a brief and unsatisfactory foray into advertising, he began to develop a career as an illustrator in the early 1960s, providing material for publications including Punch and the Evening Standard. He also spent a year working for the Daily Mail and was sent to provide illustrations from the Vietnam War. By this time, however, he'd begun to find his own authentic voice as a political caricaturist. His inspiration was the satirical magazine Private Eye and its famously subversive cast of contributors. Encouraged by them to obey his instinct and go for the jugular, Scarfe's work came to play a key role in shaping the visual landscape of 60s satire. It also brought him to the attention, among others, of Harold Evans, the editor of the Sunday Times, who hired him for the newspaper in 1967. For the next 50 years, he stepped down only in 2017, Scarfe made Sundays a day of judgment for the great, the good, and the not so good. His targets were those who inhabited public life, politicians, royals, foreign dignitaries. His themes were the abuse of power, corruption, oppression, and of course the personal failings of those who hogged the limelight, greed, vanity, ambition. As he's said, the caricaturist is the opposite of the portrait painter whose job it is to flatter. Particular favourites were Margaret Thatcher, variously depicted during her premiership as a battle axe and a bloody fanged pterodactyl, the ape-like George W. Bush, and of course Tony Blair, all mad eyes and huge ears. He once famously depicted Blair emerging from the bottom of the American leader at the height of the Iraq crisis in a cartoon entitled In a Terrible Hole. This cartoon, with its combination of grotesque caricature and witty punning text, locates Scarfe in the mainstream of that great tradition of British political caricature which stretches back into the 18th century with Gilray and Rowlandson. It was entirely fitting that he should be asked to draw the magnificent title sequences for Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister, the multi-award-winning political satires that graced British TV screens in the 1980s. As this suggests, Gerald Scarfe's artistic output has not been confined to the printed page. He has designed the sets and costumes for many plays, operas, ballets, and musicals. And as an animator, in addition to Yes Minister and The Wall, he was production designer for Walt Disney's animated musical comedy, Hercules. On top of all of this, he's written a dozen books and held over 50 solo exhibitions around the world. He was made a CBE in the Queen's Birthday Honours List in 2008. Gerald Scarfe has been a tireless supporter of the Big Draw and its campaign for drawing, and has spoken out time and again about the importance of the arts. As the founder of the Big Draw, Sue Grayson Ford, said, in his promotion of the arts, he's as outspoken as his drawings. At a time when art subjects are under such pressure in our schools, they need champions, heroes to stand up and fight for them and the values they represent. We're very fortunate to have someone of Gerald Scarfe's stature on our side. Chancellor, in the context of his outstanding achievements in the arts, I would call on you to confer upon Gerald Scarfe the degree of Doctor of Arts honoris causa.
Let's get this right. By the authority vested in me by the university, I am pleased to confer upon you the award of Doctor of Arts honoris causa and welcome you amongst us. Well done.
Thank you.
This will make a great cartoon, won't it? Right, now, the speechy bit. It is with great pleasure that I invite our honoured guest, Mr. Gerald Scarfe, to address us.
Well, Lord Chancellor, honoured guests, graduates, good morning. And I must also thank Professor Crago for that he's actually said everything I was going to say, so I might just as well say goodbye. And congratulations to all you brilliant graduates. Well done, fantastic. This is going to be the day that you remember in your lives. You'll remember actually standing here all your lives. It is a great day, and I wish you all the best of luck. I didn't really have that kind of luck. I was a chronic asthmatic as a child, and my father was in the RAF. It was wartime. We moved around. My schooling was terrible. It hardly existed. So I was very, very badly educated all the way through. And of course, there was no chance really of me going to university, which I would have loved to have done. And as Professor Crago said, I did go to St. Martin's School of Art later on. This is much later on, when I was about 18 or so. And that was only evening classes, so it wasn't really like a proper stint at school. My parents were most worried about me because they thought I would be reliant on them all their lives, all my life. And so I was determined to do something about it. And I'd always drawn, as a child, I'd always drawn in my sick bed, and I would make little models and toy theaters and all sorts of things, drawing all the time. It was my way of explaining the world to myself, I think, and I think it still is now. Drawing is my way of exorcising my fears about everything. And so my father worked in a bank, and he wanted to go into banking, but of course I had no academic backup for that. And naturally I failed all the auditions, or whatever you call them. And but to work I must go, and at the age of 16 I went into a commercial art studio, where my job really was, first thing in the morning, to go and get coal from filthy shit, put it into a bucket, take it upstairs and light the fires. Then I had to change all the water pots for all the other artists. I was the lowest of the low. And it was in the Elephant Castle next to the Marshalsea prison, what was left of it. And that's the sort of very much a Dickensian atmosphere. And I thought, if I ever make it, I've had the perfect beginning. I've come from this sort of dreadful beginning. And I continued to draw there. I suppose when I was in the commercial art studio, I was telling lies. I was doing drawings for catalogues of tiny bits of scrappy material and trying to make them look like sleep-enticing blankets, something that you really want to buy. So I was flogging stuff. I was telling lies and flogging stuff that I shouldn't have done. I wanted to get away from that. I felt there was something more than that. And I put cartoons into Punch, and then Private Eye arrived, and they were very good to me and let me draw what I wanted to. I suddenly realized then that I could draw anything. It didn't have to be cartoons of funny little men on desert islands or mother-in-laws behind the door with rolling pins and all the cliche ones. I could actually say something about life. I could say something about the world around me, and then about politics. And one of the people at Private Eye encouraged me to start drawing politicians, which I did. And I have done that for the last 50 years. One of my talk I always call 50 years of being rude, because I've been rude to these swines for years and years and years. And Mr. Trump, for instance, is my muse. That awful, dreadful man produces drawing after drawing from me. And of course you've got Boris. He's a walking cartoon in himself. And there are so many of them. And Jeremy Corbyn, and all of them anyway. So all of the things I was doing in that little sick bed of mine, toy theatres and everything, I've done since writ large. As Professor Crago said, Professor Crago said, I have done operas and musicals and stage work. I could not have imagined when I was that sick child in that bed that I would be standing here today. I've come the easy route. You've done the hard work. I've come the quick route, and I don't really deserve it. But you are the ones who really deserve this. So I would just really like to end by saying I wish you all the best of luck. I think you've done amazingly, and you are now launching off into this cruel Trump world, and best of luck.
Dr. Craig Marsh will continue presenting graduands who are receiving their awards this morning.
Chancellor, I'm pleased to present to you the remaining graduands receiving awards from the Department of People and Organisations. For the Honours degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business and Management, Elliot Thomas Lacey. Paul Leach. Nancy Leach. Wei Wei Li. CJ Li. Alexandra Serena Linney. Yuzhu Liu. Joshua Marrett. Timothy Morby. Kirsty Middleton. Abdurrahman Abdurreda Mohammed. Victoria Louise Morris. Danielle Lauren Murphy. Dominic Newnham. Stephanie May Knock. Osayanda Ogbebo. Samuel Oglesby. Liam Parker. Megan Patey. Jack Pels. Yilin Chan. Katie Louise Rayner. Anastasia Richardson. Megan Roberts. Callum Sean Rubery. Charlotte Scott. Andrew Luke Setchell. Jiayi Shen. Hannah Louise Shepherd. Ben Sheriff. Natalie Smith. Charlie George Stennett. Dominic George Swallow. Tornika Tederadze. Megan Thornberg. Siobhan Thornley. Tian Tian. Asad Turabi. Claudia Margazzata Tosca. Andrew Edwin Vels. Dan Wang. Shihan Wang. Jessica Carol Ward. Shannon Williams. Luke Wright. Yaru Yang. Shusin Yu. Christoph Zalobka. And for the Honours degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Management, Graham John Ackrill. Christopher Clay. Catherine Cullen. And for the Honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management, Jamie Gray. Nicola Lisa Scar. Nicola Sweet. Stephen Wildridge. And for the Honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Retail Management, Sarah Good. And for the Foundation degree in Leadership and Management, Ilyas Abdi. Rosamund Bales. Teresa Banks. Jodie Day. Michael Hudak. Jodie Lewis. Ellen Louise Lamgar. Nicola Richardson. Kenneth Ward. Sean Watson. And for the Foundation degree in Management with the Lincolnshire Cooperative, Adrian Progowski. Rachel Richardson. Matthew Strange. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present to you the graduands receiving postgraduate awards from the Department of Strategy and Enterprise. For the degree of Master of Science in Logistics Management, Lindsay Bailey. Christian Edward Benson. Anne Emmeline Bevan. Kevin Carpenter. Stephen Michael Clark. Carl John Fairfax Lay. Stephen Mill. Alan Scott. Michael David Shaw. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present you the graduands receiving first awards from the Department of Strategy and Enterprise. And for the honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering and Airworthiness Management, Ross Barryball. And for the honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Communications Engineering Management, David James Merchant. David Reedham. And for the honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Communications Management, David John Brown. Dane Clackworthy. Benjamin Cowley. Dean Stephen Jones. Ross Macduff. And for the honours degree of Bachelor of Science and Engineering Management, Damon J. Aggersberg. Robert Alberding. Daniel Adotai Alote. Craig Andrew Ballantyne. Julian Leslie Bishop. James Bullock. Christopher Paul Carr. Carl Chidwick. Robert Chiriello. Scott Crosby Emery. Carl Luke Henniker. Kalikozaman Kazi. Paul David Kirby. Peter Ledwith. Juan Antonio Maroto. Darren McClure. Samuel McLaughlin. Fraser Melstrom. Neil Morley. Mark O'Driscoll. Ikichuku Foster Onyefuru. Benjamin Kwaku. Mark Walker. Christopher James Warner. Stuart Whitehead. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering Management, Darren Lee Bird. James Milner. And for the honours degree of Bachelor of Science in Logistics Management, Graham Barker. Ewan James Campbell. Michael Greenwood. David Robert Hammond. Andrew Derek Holloway. Nixon Francis Mataita Masayo. Stuart Merriman. Peter Murgatroyd. Kenneth Neil Peat. Biljana Popovic. Wayne Paul Rodis. Christopher Daniel Savumi Kama. Harry Paul Stern. And Chris Wynn. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards this morning.
We now invite Alice Flett to say a few words on behalf of those graduating this morning.
Chancellor, Vice-chancellor, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. First, I would like to take this opportunity to express what a genuine honour and a privilege it is to have been asked to give the student speech here today on behalf of my fellow graduates, both present and those who were unable to attend. While today's graduation ceremony will hold its own personal significance to each of us, it provides the perfect opportunity for us all to come together and to take the time to reflect on what have been some of the best, although undoubtedly for many of us, some of the most challenging 3 years of our lives so far. 3 years ago, each of us took that life-changing decision to pack up life as we knew it and move to a new city. Many of us not knowing other people and not knowing whether university life would be suited to us. I'm sure most of us would agree that with retrospect, nothing can quite compare you for embarking upon the university journey and the change that comes hand in hand with that. However, all of us being here today is evidence that entering into the unknown and possibly outside the comfort zone of many of us proved to be one of the best decisions that we could have made. If my university experience has showed me anything, it's that obtaining any degree cannot be done without hard work. In the words of Tory Birch, we may live in an age of instant messaging, instant gratification and Instagram, but there is no way to short-circuit the path to success. Her words reiterate the fact that to achieve quality and simultaneous success requires commitment and perseverance. And so achieving a degree qualification is something we should all be very proud of in sticking with it, even when it may have been challenging. It is important that when reflecting upon the university experience, not just to consider it in the context of academic attainment and development, it's also given us the unique opportunity to make lifelong friends and have special memories that we will cherish forever. University life has provided us all with the foundations to not only grow on a professional level as students, but also on a personal capacity in entering adulthood. Sportsman Arnold Schwarzenegger once said how you cannot climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. While I very much believe this to be true, I would also like to add how you cannot climb that ladder without having a supportive infrastructure around you to help make that possible. Without the love, support, and patience of our friends and family that they have shown us throughout our university journey, we may not be here today, and for that, on behalf of us all, I thank you. To all the lecturers and all the support staff, we thank you for the time you have invested in us and for helping us reach this point today and in helping us to succeed. As Benjamin Franklin once said, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. It's thanks to your dedication and investment in us that we can go out into the world with confidence, ready to face the next stage, regardless of what that may involve. And finally, to my fellow graduates. While today's ceremony symbolises the end of a university chapter, I would like to leave you all with this quote made by Professor Michael Josephson, which I hope that you can take with you in your next steps, whatever those may involve. Take pride in how far you have come, have faith in how far you will go, but don't forget to enjoy that journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alice. That was great. What a cool customer. Great. Very good. Our ceremony today is now drawing to its close. It only remains for me to thank all our guests for the support they have given to the university and its students over the years, and to wish our departing graduates all the very best of good fortune in their future lives and chosen careers. We hope you'll keep in touch through the alumni network, not only with each other, but also with the university, and watch its future progress with pride as we will watch yours. And finally, you are now graduates of the university. As such, I invite you to take your rightful places in the academic procession as we move from the Cathedral across the castle grounds, where the alumni celebration reception has been prepared for everyone here. Thank you, and good luck, and prosperity be with you always.
Our ceremony is now concluded. The academic procession will leave the platform and make its way through the Great West Door and across Castle Square. As it passes, our new graduates will themselves take their places in the procession and leave the cathedral. As they do so, please stay in your places to give them a final round of applause before you join them in the castle grounds. Please all rise for the full academic procession.